Good morning, everybody, on a rotten Tuesday. How are you, Patreon members? Welcome to the show. Appreciate the support very much. Coming to you live as usual.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Yeah, goddamn right we will. You know what I'm saying?
Run through a motherfucker face.
Of course, that was Mitch McConnell. Wow, 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 wow. Let's get right to it. I'm not in the mood for fucking dicking around. I'm sick of Pete Buttigieg, that little Alfred E. Newman-looking motherfucker. I don't know, he's right up there with my hatred for Hillary and Pelosi. It's neck and neck. He's a little radical jerk-off who pretends not to be. And I am tired of this white supremacy. That's the whole theme of the show. Every story, the first four stories, every time there's a race story now, at the end, they put the paragraph in. This coming on the heels of Trump telling 4 women of color in Congress to go back to where they came from. It's so obvious it's orchestrated. The left gets their talking points. 4 articles I read today, they put that in at the end. Blaming Trump. Like nobody ever used the phrase, go back to where you came from before Trump took office. They even say it. They're so stupid. In the article, they'll say that he said that, and they said, of course, that's an old trope from racists. Yeah, well, then quit saying that he just fucking started it. Unbelievable. Big deal. God, can you feel the First Amendment shrinking in this country as we speak? So tired of it. Pete Buttigieg warns white supremacy could end the U.S. like it almost did in the Civil War. Yeah, it must. Can I just explain something to you idiots? This country was founded by rich old white guys. It's predominantly 68% white. That's why there's a lot of white thinking and reasoning and culture. Like me going to Africa and go, what the fuck? Why the blacks controlling everything? What's with all this black think? Jesus Christ. I know you have this utopian wet dream that we're all going to live side by side, a million different ethnicities and races holding hands, but it ain't going to happen. So fucking stop with your white supremacy talk. Meanwhile, as I talk to you right now, there's a family from Ecuador getting on a raft they built out of fucking Nerf footballs and 2x4s. Okay? Black and brown people trying to sneak in every second of the day into this white supremacist country. Shut the fuck up, Pete Buttigieg, you midget. So goddamn tired of this fucking guy.
You need to shut the fuck up.
Pete Buttigieg warned on Saturday white supremacy almost led to the downfall of the U.S. Yeah, but it didn't. Who saved it? A white guy named Abe Lincoln, dinkweed, in the past and could potentially do so again in the future. And the other thing about slavery, we weren't the ones to invent it here in the West, but the United States is the one to abolish it first. It still goes on in other brown countries. Shut the fuck up. I keep saying shut the fuck up. I understand. Nick, you know what?
You need to shut the fuck up.
I will not. God damn it. It's what they pay me to do. $11 an hour. It's like I'm making sneakers in fucking Taiwan or working for Apple. Here's Pete Buttigieg. I don't know who he's talking to, and I don't care. Probably the
Our current president targeted with a message saying that we could find greatness by just stopping the clock and turning it back and making America great again. When that past that he is promising to return us to was never as great as advertised.
Pause. Not racially, but we fixed that. Stupid. If I hear one more time, I love how we hold this country to different standards than the rest of the world. Again, people are pouring in here to live. Dinkweed. I love it down here. I live in Georgia, in the town I live in, because it is like 1958, but not racially. It's integrated. It's great. What a fucking weasel. Go ahead.
That was it.
Oh. That was it? Well, he said one more thing.
I suck cock, and I love it. Yummy, 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 yummy.
Yeah, that's when the country was great. Buttigieg said during a weekend campaign in Iowa, it could be the lurking issue that ends this country in the future if we don't wrangle it down in our time. I hear a chopper. It could be the lurking issue that ends this country in the future. You know what's going to end this country? You and people like you in the media who keep cherry-picking racial stories. Every time a white person replies to some ignorant minority, you catch the white person fighting back verbally and saying, look, more examples of Trump's race. You've been doing that since I was 22 years old. You're the one who is pushing us to the brink of a fucking race war in this country. Oh, God, do I hate this little prick face.
Problem. You're the fucking problem. You fucking Dr. White, onkin jamrag, arkin spunk bubble. I'm telling you, H, you keep looking at me, I'm going to put you in the fucking ground. I promise you. Not this time.
Then he says, in a way that your race has no bearing on your income, your wealth, your employment opportunity. The entire American experience is at stake in whether we can manage to deliver prosperity in a way that your race has no bearing on your income, your wealth, your employment opportunities, your experience with the criminal justice. How about this? How about intelligence, work ethic, perseverance? We have plenty of black and brown examples of people who are hugely successful. The guy that owns BET Network, Johnson, Tiger Woods, athletes, entertainers, business entrepreneurs, black politicians, female black politicians. How about that? You guys are the ones that are making about race. There's plenty of proof that you work hard in this country, no matter what your color, your religion, you can do just fine. So why don't you make that the gold standard, numbnuts? He says we're just not there, and we won't get there. This is what creeps me out, until we acknowledge that replacing a racist historical structure with a more neutral current one is not enough. What the fuck does that even mean? Not enough? Well, how much more fair can you get than neutral? So what are you saying? I guess he's implying reparations, and we won't be considered equal until white people are being whipped and working for nothing. Is that your fucking message, midget?
Yeah, I think it's that there are not enough overt examples of racism that they have to plug systemic racism as the cause.
Well, no. The reason they say systemic racism, like I said, I've said this on the show many times, that way they're relieved of the burden of pointing out individual cases of racism. They could just say, you're all fucking racist. Good luck replacing this whole white structure that's been put in place for 200 and something years. And that's still the envy of the rest of the world. I hope this guy, I don't know, any of them, Trump is going to stomp them. What stupid?
I was just going to say, all the Democrats are just ridiculous because they complain about slavery, but socialism is slavery, and that's the direction they want to go.
Exactly right. Well, you share the shit equally. But, yeah, no, they're fucking lost on the issue, and they're the ones who have controlled the race issue. Speaking of race, I teased this yesterday. The story's a couple days old, but I still feel the need to show it because, once again, it's a great example of how now everyday exchanges between a black guy, a black woman and a white guy, or any black person or brown person and an older white guy is caught on tape. And can you hear? Yeah. Another helicopter. Incoming. I hope they can hear the helicopters, or that's useless. Anyways, you guys know about this story. A man has admitted cursing at a pregnant black Georgia lawmaker for taking too many items to a supermarket express lane, but denies telling her to go back where she came from. Eric Sparks showed up during a television interview with Republican state rep from Georgia, Erica Thomas, on Saturday outside the Atlanta area Publix, which is where I shop, the one right near my place, where the incident allegedly occurred. Sparks denied making any racial charge, comment saying, "I am Cuban." First of all, he's a never Trumper. He's Cuban. He's a Democrat. Swear to God, it was all orchestrated. Thomas confronted Sparks in front of reporters and said he had degraded and berated her. In the tearful Facebook video posted on Friday, Thomas said she had been in the express line at the store because she was 9 months pregnant, could not stand for long. So much for strong women. How about fat guys with giant bear guts? Are they getting in the fucking express lane? What's the difference between carrying a fucking 2-pound fetus or 70 gallons of beer in your gut?
They're not getting in the express lane because there's nowhere they're buying less than 10 groceries.
That's right. They're eating for 2 people. Go ahead, fucking show her with her whining.
So you know what I decided?
I studied with De Niro.
I decided to go live.
I don't see any tears yet, you phony.
Because I'm very upset.
Wow. An old white man did this to you?
Because people are getting really out of control with this.
Yeah, you are. Getting in the express lane.
With this white privilege.
White privilege.
Stuff. I'm at the grocery store. And I'm in the 10 aisle, the aisle that says 10 items or less.
10?
Yes,
I'm
I
in
have
the 10
15
aisle.
items.
I had
but
some
I'm 9
aluminum.
months pregnant, and I can't stand up for long.
Pause. You can't stand up for long because you're pregnant? My fucking mother used to push a plow. She was carrying twins. Get out of here! Go ahead, back to the great acting.
And this white man comes.
A white man. This white
man comes up to me and says.
He says, this is a...
You lazy son of a bitch.
No.
He says, you lazy son of a bitch.
Liar.
You need to go back where you came from.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
He says that. I decided
Pause.
to go.
You don't find this a coincidence right after Trump told those women of color to go back that this is happening? You don't think she's exploiting this politically, this situation? Phony as the day is, and I don't give a fuck if he did say that. Why is it national news? Okay? I don't care if you're pregnant or not. I'd say it too. He couldn't tell you you're pregnant because you're fat. Boy, Nick, that's a horrible thing to say. I don't give a shit. I'm so tired of this goddamn,
You fat, nasty black bitch.
Go ahead with her fake fucking tears.
Even know me, I'm not lazy. I'm 9 months pregnant. He says, you're ignorant.
Now there's tears. Somebody pulled the nose hair out of her.
You're ignorant.
All right, enough. Jesus Christ, if she doesn't get an Oscar. Oh, anyhow. And then there's a press conference with the guy, Eric Sparks, and, a never Trumper, Democrat, Cuban. And here's a white guy who stays calm and uses his white reasoning and logic. And again, once again, I don't care if it really did happen. That's what it's called, freedom of fucking speech. If I get into a confrontation with somebody, I expect them to call me a greasy guinea wop fucking jerk off, Vinny Favorito pizza eating pasta making jerk off. Okay, they're just words. But here's the guy that supposedly did this to this poor.
Exactly what happened.
Can you tell us on camera what happened?
I walked into Publix, bought my 3 items. There were 3 checkout lanes. One was an express. The other 2 were empty. I kept my tongue shut. I walked and paid for my items in one of the empty lanes. This lady I noticed had about 20 items on the
Why is
conveyor.
she there?
Okay.
Orchestrated.
I walked up to the 2 customer service associates from Publix, asked them what can be done in a nice manner. They said, corporate policy, we can't do anything, but you as a customer can say something. I took a step outside the...
Wow, there's a lot of courage from the fucking, from corporate policy. We can't get involved. Even though it's our policy, and we're the ones who created the express lane, we can't weigh in. You get in the shitstorm, because if we do, they'll boycott our store. Ugh, go ahead.
Store, thought about it, turned around, walked up to Miss Thomas, and said, ma'am, not to be rude, my exact first words, pointing at the sign, which shows it on the surveillance camera.
Not to be rude. Go back to your country.
Pointing at the sign, 10 items or less. She berates me after that. I don't remember exactly what she said, but on camera she approached me, came towards me as I took a couple steps back. She said a few words. I do not recall exactly what the...
You think anybody in 2019, congratulations, libs and media, you think anybody's going to side with an older white guy against a pregnant black woman, no matter what it is? She could have stuck a fucking knife in his neck, and they would have said, well, he had it coming. Why? Well, he likes the Marlins. Go ahead.
those words were. I said, you're selfish. She did mention she's 9 months pregnant. I said, it doesn't matter in this case. There's no point on this case. There's 2 empty lines. You don't need to be in the express lane. Then I stated, she said a few words. I stated, well, you're selfish little bitch. I did say that. That's all I said after that, and I walked out of Publix. Her words stating on Twitter in her video, stating I told her she needs to go back where she came from, are untrue. I am Cuban. I am not white.
All right. Okay, I believe him. He's Cuban. I'm not believing him because he's white. He's Cuban. He's a never-Trumper. Her and a crocodile. Then she backpedaled. Then she actually backpedaled, right? A little bit. We have a little bit of this.
He said, go back, you know, those types of words. I don't want to say, he said, go back to your country.
Oh, you don't?
Go back to
Pause. You don't want to say that because that's what you said. That's what started this whole thing. And then it gets blamed on Trump and shit. This is a lawmaker. How far have we fallen? How far have we fallen? She's fucking ignorant, barely literate. Ben Franklin to Erica Thomas. Is that it for her? Anything else you blabbing about? Go ahead, I like
that. He was making those types of references is what I remember.
Types of references?
No, definitely not. But I know it was go back, because I know I told him to go back. Because I know after he told me, I said, you go back. And I said, go. So.
Pause. He's like, I can go back, for Christ's sake. I'm Cuban. It's like a 10-minute boat ride. Yours is a lot longer boat ride. Sorry, she's full of shit. She's exploiting this whole, ooh, Trump told these women. Oh, my God. This is a squabble between 2 people. And the last week, this is what these things, these happen every day in this country for the last, I don't know how many years. Now they're national news. Do you ever think and sit and let that marinate and go, why is that? It might be somebody's agenda to prove how racist this country is. God, my hair looks good today. I'll tell you. And by the way, a black girl did this, Brittany, at a place called Belk's. The fuck? Rich, close your legs. There's flies in here. Yeah, so she did a good job, Brittany. Going back to I'll give Brittany a plug. Scared. I walk in at 7 at night. It's like a department store. She's cutting my hair, and there's 2 people 2 feet away shopping for socks and shit. Anyways, but this is where we are. Daily squabbles, and that's, you know. And again, they use it to go after Trump. In her video, Thomas alluded to those attacks and accused the president of inciting hatred during the television interview. Anyways, you get the drift, okay? What do all these stories have in common? This one, supermarket, another squabble between 2 people in a country of 330 million. A woman at a Pennsylvania store was caught on video. Let me ask you a question. Has a black or brown person been caught on video other than shooting or shooting a white cop or raping a white woman? You know what I mean? Oh, this white guy said bad shit. Why don't you go to the crime statistics and see how many times whites are more, but we don't, that's not important. It's words that hurt.
The problem is surveillance video doesn't usually have audio.
Okay. Doesn't have to. The problem is the camera is turned on after where the white cop retaliates or the white person that's the problem. Anyways, a woman at a Pennsylvania store was caught on video making racist comments to a Puerto Rican woman and mocking her for speaking Spanish. The first sentence is misleading in the whole fucking thing. A racist comments. Let us decide that too. But this is what the whole country's going to sound like in 5 minutes.
Quédate quieta. No come mierda, sarra hijo de puta. ¿Qué te estás haciendo ahora?
That's in the express lane at Publix. Here's the video of this horrible woman. Go ahead.
No, pendejo, you. Hey, you not speak
here. You don't belong here.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
Pause.
I don't care.
Pause. All of a sudden, she was speaking Spanish with the cashier. Now she speaks good English. I don't care. So why are you speaking Spanish if you can speak English? I'm all with this fucking broad. Sorry. A big surprise, but it's called assimilation. Why do you live here if you're not going to fucking adopt our culture? Assimilation is now racist, thanks to the left. That broad with the ponytail is so right, it's not funny. I don't care. All cocky and shit. I don't care. She's got seaweed in her hair. She still has the inner tube around her waist. She's checking out. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but go ahead.
I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care.
On your problem, I don't care. You racista. You racista.
You should be deported.
Man, I don't care, yo.
Yo.
Man, what the fuck? Mira esta. She's problem for me. I speak Spanish.
You don't belong here.
Man, I don't care. Fuck you.
Pause. Fuck you, she says. No, fuck you. Fuck you. You're slowing shit up. I'm trying to check out. We need a translator on aisle 3. Ugh. When the woman says, first I was watching this going, she says, you don't belong here. I'm like, does she have 21 items in the express lane? Or is this a racial thing? I can't tell. But then the article clears it up. Obviously, it's Trump's fault. Yohani Santana from Abington, Pennsylvania, recorded the encounter and shared it on Facebook, like angry minorities do. Santana told NBC Philly that the white woman in the video started cursing when they were waiting in line and overheard a grandfather and grandson speak Spanish. Yeah, that's what triggered it. Not that it was taking 19. I used to do a bit about it. Takes 19 hours. They go, Nick, why aren't you for diversity? Diversity's the reason it takes me 12 hours to get a pack of cigarettes at a fucking bodega. The video shows the woman arguing with Santana, who was also a relief pitcher for the Mets in 2017, who also traded some of her own insults. Bubba, your problem for speaking Spanish, Santana asked at the beginning of the video. Can you stop talking to me? The lady says, can you stop talking to me?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Then the Spanish broad goes, no, you not talk for puta, because puta is no good. That's when I knew shit was up. Puta's that's a derogatory term. Adios, bitch, she says. I'm paying in cash. The white broad said that? I got so angry I didn't watch the whole tape.
White broad said it.
Did she really? I'd like to meet her on I'd like to have her on the show.
And she said, I pay in cash, not your drug dealer money.
Yeah, I know. Good for her. Even though that's unfair, but good for her. Good for her. Good for her. Adios. She breaks out her 6th grade Spanish. That's me talking Spanish. Ventana, window. Camilla, what is it? Camillo, yellow, Camarello, whatever the fuck. I got a 98 in Spanish. 3 years in a row. You know why? Not because I was that good at it. The Spanish teacher was gay, and he fucking really loved Mr. Caladres. Nicolas. I remember falling asleep with heads. Remember in Spanish class we had to wear headsets and be given. I was actually nodding off. I hear, Nicolas, you're not paying attention. I said, sí, senor. You're boring the shit out of me, you puto. Okay. I tell you, I'm Cuban. No fucking kiss. Why, look at you now. She then brandishes a bundle of dollar notes and says legal money, not drug money. Now, that's not fair. Santana told NBC that she regretted cursing back at the woman, but also felt powerless because I didn't speak English well enough to be able to properly respond to her. Hey, now you know what started it all. Unless you got here 4 minutes ago, I'm not giving you a break. Okay? You're a barnacle on the ass of progress. This experiment will not work until we have one culture. It's fine. It's one of the great things. We have a bunch of culture, but language in any country is what holds it together. Please. Por favor. And here's at the end of the article. What's it say? Increased attention to the video follows a week of tense conversations of race. President Trump went on a stream of Twitter attacks against 4 congresswomen of color, telling them to go back to their unspecified country. Like, this hasn't been uttered every day of every... But it's Trump's fault. The minute he came down that escalator, we all became way more racist. As opposed to when Obama was in office and Baltimore was burning, cops are getting shot left and right. But, keep your fucking lies up. Luckily, there's enough dumb people out there still buying it. Let's lighten it up a little, will you? Okay. Half human, half dog creature seen lurking near Texas River leaves fishermen terrorized. Texas River. I wonder where those fishermen were from. I'm guessing not Gloucester, Massachusetts. I don't like that lady.
Liar, whore, liar.
Yeah, The clip taken in San Benito in the United States. It says in the United States. It says, who wrote this? A French Canadian in the United States. I love when they interview hockey players that are from Canada. I had the great year. I scored 45 goals. I got in the tree fight. Great bunch of guys. I play with a great bunch of guys. They don't plural. Everything's singular. When I went out after the game, went out, had 10, 12 beer, met a girl, 2 big tit, and now we have 6 kids. San Benito in the U.S. state. On the riverside, a figure can be seen appearing to drink water on 4 legs. What the fuck? Is that a dog or what? It then seems to spot the people watching it and lifts itself up on its hind. We actually have a picture of the creature. Oh! It was seen cackling. And then somebody else has sighted another one not long after that. Holy fucking Jesus! Rosie about to hump a stone wall. Probably a hole in it. Hold me closer, tiny dancer, on the highway. Anyways, Conspiracy Channel disclosed Screen posted the clip to YouTube on Saturday, claiming it originally emerged 6 years ago and was filmed by a man named Ruben. Guaranteed not a Spanish fisherman. Some labeled the creature a dog man, a mythical creature that ran for president against Trump and was crushed. It has the appearance of half lesbian, half dog. But others suggested it could simply be Rosie O'Donnell humping a wall. No, they said a brown bear. That's racist. Why do we have to put it into a label on it? The footage comes just days after an iconic Bigfoot video was remastered in HD quality to spark a fresh conspiracy. Yeah, you know, when you're remastering shit of Bigfoot, I'm pretty sure that proves it's not. None of that stuff exists. I hate to break your hearts out there. No such thing as Bigfoot.
I think the Loch Ness Monster is real.
Do you, Rich? Doesn't surprise me, you fucking retard.
Here's the actual footage.
Yeah, that's proof. That's Gronkowski at a lake with his porn girlfriend. What the fuck? That's the footage they got. That could be any power forward at North Carolina. That could be Judy Gold in a field with a girl. Love Judy Gold. Look at the circle with the arrow. It's like Madden. Boom! Right there, Bigfoot, over the middle. That shit doesn't exist, and if you believe in it, you're fucking retarded. And until an alien gives me a hand job in my recliner while I'm watching fucking this 600-pound life, I'm not buying that shit either. Fucking Area 51. I'll storm it tonight in my Prius. So, I can't believe they blame Trump on that, too. When he told some people of color to go back to their own place, this fucking Harry B showed up saying, who said that? Who said that, Willis? Clayton Mayor, that's in California, I think, Northern California, San Francisco area, so this ought to be funny. Clayton Mayor responds to Deli owner's send her back Facebook post. Where do I get a sandwich? That's all I got to say. John Canesa, the owner of Canesa's Brooklyn Heroes Deli in Clayton, posted the comment to his personal Facebook page. This is the quote. Meatballs made with beef today in case we offend any of our overly sensitive pork haters. That's kind of a subtle jab at Muslims, I'm guessing. Free side order when you say send her back. I love this guy. Again, freedom of speech. But of course, you put that on Facebook, the mobs come with their pitchforks. All the holier-than-thou, sanctimonious assholes who don't leave their house. They sit and judge other people on the computer because they're afraid they might have to confront some person that's different than them and actually, prove that they're not just like us deplorables. The mayor of Contra Costa County town and the local community are responding to the Facebook post made by the owner. Do you guys ever get off Facebook and do something? Go out and play catch. Go out and step on a fucking Hep C needle in your neighborhood. Do us a favor. They respond to a Facebook post made by the owner of Clayton Deli that seems to have referenced recent controversial statements made by who? President Donald Trump and his supporters. Once again.
No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant.
Once again. Huh? Anybody see a common theme running through these stories? The post comes after a series of tweets from Trump telling 4 women of color serving their freshman terms to go back to blah. Trump supporters also chanted send her back in response to the president's criticism of the Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Tahia Catalano, the mayor of Clayton. Tahia Catalano, it's already taken place. The mayor of Clayton wrote in Facebook post, "Cuando toque de batatas." This is what she said.
Quédate quieta. No come mierda, sarreto de puta.
¿Qué te estás haciendo ahora?
That's the mayor. Tahia Catalano, the mayor of Clayton, wrote in a Facebook post that she's very saddened to have seen Canace's Facebook post. Oh, the fucking... We all have rights to our own political, religious, and other opinion. And so does he. So does he. Without you boycotting him and using your fascist tactics. God damn it, look up the First Amendment. We all have rights to our political, religious, and other opinions. We all have a right to post about them, too. However, there is no place... Did you see the contradiction? 3 words down the line? We all have a right, except this guy. They don't even see it. However, there's no place in our community. You just said we all have a right to post. But there's no place in our community, another buzzword, community, for hatred and bigotry. That's what you label hatred and bigotry. Okay? I label it a guy tongue-in-cheek. You humorless bitch, you. This is the fucking mayor. Is that all we're electing in this country?
You are a cunt, 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 cunt. If that's stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, but he'll tell you, you motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, 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 cunt.
Okay, those words are a little strong, but... When hateful comments are being promoted as part of a local business, again, they're not hateful. This started a long time ago. Anytime you disagreed, I brought it up on Tough Crowd, they label it hate. You're a hater. It started off as a hater. It was kind of a fun thing. Oh, don't be a hater. Then they actually glommed onto it. When hateful comments are being promoted as part of a local business, they reflect on our community's reputation of being what? PC jerk-offs, intolerant leftists? Yeah, it does. As an elected official who is also a woman and likes to have her balls shaved and foreign-born, I personally find a comment about sending anyone back over their political opinions unacceptable. Well, you know what? Everybody here originally was foreign-born. And we heard this shit. You know what we did? We let it slide off our back. That's how the country became great. Grow some skin. And again, if you don't like it here, I hate to say this, but Trump told me to, go back. I blame the president. I've had the meatball sandwich. It's delicious. I tasted no racism, just fabulous. Maybe the greatest meatball hero I've ever had. The sauce was red, the cheese was white, my balls was blue. It's a very American. I am saddened to hear about Johnny's racist views. These are people who fucking responded on, I have always loved coming here, but if he will no longer offer an inclusive restaurant, did he kick anybody out? Then I can no longer spend my money there in good conscience. See, that makes this person feel better. So you know what? Johnny says to that guy.
All right, get out! Get out!
Yeah, get the fuck out. What a bunch of sanctimonious ass. We're living in Salem witches, puritanical fucking... It's mind-boggling. What, Chase?
Here's a picture of the mayor.
Oh, yeah, she's delicious. No lips. No lips whatsoever. Chicken lips. Nice bulletproof hairdo. What is she wearing? Half a coconut on her head? Look at that thing. You could serve salad in it if you took it off in one piece. Did that offend you? Your haircut offends me. Your glasses, you know what your haircut says? I'm offended by everything. That's electing leftist fascist assholes. I'm glad he put what he put. I defend it. Nice blazer. Just grow a dick and get it over with, okay, Cheesy? Fucking idiot. Next story, please. This one kind of pissed me, right? Stunning videos posted online Monday show uniformed NYPD cops getting drenched with buckets of water by brazen young, it says men, and there is a white guy in there, but, in Harlem and Brooklyn, so you do the math. Law enforcement sources told the Post. Here's another example of minorities, young black men who, once again, proving they're really afraid of the cops. Do we have the audio of the kid commenting? No. Look at this. They were arresting a guy on the hood of a car, and these jerk-offs are throwing water at the cops. Why didn't we use the audio? It was so good. This kid was so ignorant. Look at this. Look at this. And they can't do anything. Can you imagine doing that to an Irish cop in like 1972? Get your fucking head. Look at this. How was that? Oh, that black guy looks scared of the cops, doesn't he? And you know what? Pause. You know what they did? And I can tell you, it's like passive aggressive. If they ever call these kids on, they go, it was 102. We were just like playing around. That's the spirit that's done in. Can you imagine? I wouldn't even talk back to a cop. Now you can. One of them get hit off the back of the head. Did we show that, Jace, when they were with a bucket?
No, I can go through see if I can find the audio too.
That's all right. Yeah, see if you can find the audio of there's a black kid in the car doing play-by-play, which is really funny. But the point being, this is de Blasio's New York City. Hands off. It's disgusting. Imagine, they look real afraid of the cops, don't they? They look so frightened by the cops, and that's all we fucking hear.
There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
One clip shows even a SO cop beamed in the back of a head with an empty red plastic bucket. Everybody's outraged, an NYPD source said. It's disgusting, embarrassing. There's lawlessness around here now. New York City cops and communities have made remarkable progress together, but every New Yorker must show respect for our cops. They deserve nothing less, he wrote, the source. Well, then do something about it. Where's the deterrent to do it again? Go ahead.
Yeah, here's the full video from the Post.
You got the audio? Look, he gets hit off the head with a bucket. Fucking shoot that kid. Look, I can't believe what I'm watching.
No, they not.
Watch it.
No, the they not. Oh my God, they came over here to talk to them that they violated.
They violated.
No, they violated.
They violated.
They violated.
Yeah,
no,
beautiful
they
country.
Them. Oh, they not stopping. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
Yo,
real.
You're making young
Yeah.
Black.
See if you laugh when your brother gets shot tomorrow.
Oh my. They laugh.
All right. There's your fucking New York. There's your de Blasio's New York. And every other major inner city. Boy, are they afraid of the cops, huh? And the cops just have to stand there and take it. Taser the motherfuckers. Taser plus water equal. Unbelievable. Unfucking unbelievable. One of the cops in the video recently graduated from the police academy, and the other one has been on the job about a year. So this is the new protocol? This is what you're training the new cops to do? You couldn't take that nightstick out and fucking bitch slap these kids? They were just cooling them off on a hot day. That would be the defense. Neither of these cops notified the NYPD about the incident before the video surfaced on social media. A police source blamed the incidents on the NYPD's hands-off approach to these guys under de Blasio. Yeah, exactly. Why does that, he says, who does that in their right frame of mind, this NYPD source? People who believe there's no consequences. That's exactly right.
You are correct, sir.
Why would they not do it again? There's total anarchy out there. This is very sad. An NYPD supervisor also warned, today it's a bucket of water, tomorrow it could be a bucket of cement. That remark referenced the 1993 slaying, I remember that, I was living in New York, of City Housing Authority cop John Williamson, who was struck and killed by a 30-pound bucket of cement. Spackland compound, tossed off a Washington Heights rooftop, okay? The head of the NYPD Police Benevolent Association called the water bucket attacks the end result of the torrent of bad policies and anti-police rhetoric that has been streaming out of City Hall in Albany for years now. We are approaching the point, this should creep you out a little bit. We are approaching the point of no return. Disorder controls the streets, and our elected leaders refuse to allow us to take them back, PBA President Pat Lynch said. Couldn't be more right.
You are correct, sir.
You know what you need? To bring Giuliani back to town. Seriously. Everybody was stepping lightly when Giuliani was a fucking... Unbelievable. Unbelievable to me. And they got to take it? Really? Look at that kid with the blue bucket. He looks frightened of the cops, doesn't he? Oh, they're all so nervous around cops. My mother's ass. Let's lighten it up a little bit, shall we? Refusing to wax a woman's balls is transphobia at its most blatant. The headline, every woman has a right to have her scrotum waxed. I'll repeat that. Every woman, and the word scrotum is a couple. Every woman has a right to have her scrotum waxed. Welcome to 2019 in the liberal Democrat view of the world. I want my pussy waxed tonight. You don't have one. Doesn't matter. It's how I identify. And don't nick my balls while you're shaving my pussy. Oh, my God. I'm referring, of course, to the recent publicity surrounding Jessica Yaniv, a stunning and brave... The person who wrote this is being tongue-in-cheek or dick-in-cheek or pussy-in-mouth or fucking nose and ass. A stunning and brave trans woman who has filed complaints against more than a dozen female waxers with Human Rights Council. And that's her right there? She's beautiful. Look at that. That is delicious. A young John Madden in high school. She bought that fucking dress because it tastes like grape juice. Anyways, what is the justification? These women have attempted to, in order to disguise their obvious bigotry, they're referring to the girls who wouldn't shave the broads' scrotum. I can't even believe I'm reporting this. Well, they said it was on religious grounds. The majority of these women are immigrants, and the bizarre claim from one of them that her husband feared for her safety due to the fact she works from home and has small children to take care of. What on earth does a woman have to fear from 200-pound-plus trans woman who's simply asking to come around to her home and have their hairs removed from her testicle satchel? Jessica Yaniv must be going through hell right now. As from Wednesday, there had been a publication ban on the case, but due to her posting information regarding the proceedings of the tribunal from her social media activist account, the ban was lifted. In other words, she couldn't shut up about it.
You stupid fucking blabbermouth cunt!
Jessica, Ricky Gervais had to take Jessica taking a group of women, many of whom don't have English as their first language, to court for refusing to wax her furry spunk pouch. Jessica has also been heavily criticized for supposedly racist comments she made towards immigrants in the past, along with suspiciously obsessive messages to other women on Facebook concerning young girls, female changing rooms, and tampons. What a planet! What a planet! By the way, I like to shave my balls. I get the pivoting head. You don't want to take a nick out of it. It's worse than cutting an eyebrow. It bleeds forever. But I like to clean them up, out of respect to my life partner, Kevin. What? You should see Jason's toilet at his apartment. Oh, my God. It's like his fucking toilet rim's wearing a toupee. I've never seen... So what do you put, Gorilla Glue and then shave your pubes over the rim? Some type of fucking artwork? I couldn't... I wouldn't sit on his toilet. I was squatting over it like a drunk chick at a nightclub in a dirty ladies' room. So to get back at Jason, I dropped a big poo-poo in his tub. Anyways. I love the take on this. So the guy that wrote this, he's, again, it's sarcastic. He fucking hates what this woman with balls stands for. He says, all trans people have to be respected because as an oppressed minority, he makes a great point here. They are automatically incapable of doing wrong. And that's exactly where we are. We've said it on the show 1,000 times. Identity politics tells us this. If you criticize anyone from a marginalized community, what's marginal about 6'5", 260? You are an evil bigot. So fellow social justice comrades, please do not be tempted to use nuance. Stay away from judging people as individuals and applying logic and reason, white think, based on each circumstance. That's for Nazis and fascists and bigots and transphobes. No, in order to be progressive and tolerant, we must group all trans people together as one homogeneous mass and treat them all with the same respect, regardless of whether or not, as a human being, they truly deserve it. That couldn't have been... I want that on my headstone. That's a big headstone. Well, it's going to be about 3 stories. Does he not sum up right now the politically correct horseshit? We group them in, and just like the black chick with 19 items at the express line, she's pregnant, she's female, she's black. I mean, she can do no wrong. I'll tell you, I'm happy with my hair today. How about he have a Britney? I get nervous because I'm like, does a black chick know how to cut an old white guy's hair? So I said on the phone, how does she spell Britney? And they're like, B-R-D-D-E-N-E-I-T-T-D-Y. I said, let me talk to Pam. No. I went in. She couldn't have been sweeter. Gave her a nice tip. Anyhow, how about my boy? Speaking of race, how about the whitest man on the planet, Tommy Brady, getting criticized for a cliff jump with his 6-year-old daughter? Would have been better if it was Joe Biden with his 6-year-old girl that he pulled out of a mall. Threw her into the fountain. But did you see this clip? My boys, anything to pick on Tom Brady. Well, again, he's a white privileged male who married to a supermodel who makes trillions of dollars. Yeah, he get criticized. He had his little, they were in Costa Rica on vacation with his 6-year-old daughter. This one actually made me nervous. It was kind of a Michael Jackson, hey, let's dangle that fetus off the balcony moment. Show the fucking clip. Wow. She landed a little awkward. Look, she's looking at Dad, what the fuck? I wasn't even ready yet. Look at Tom. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know he's a fucking athlete. That's what I love about him. He's had a dad bod since he was 6. But those rocks are a little... Thank God he yanked her. That's, by the way, that's... what's his wife's name? The supermodel, Jace?
I feel like it's Giselle or something, yeah.
Yeah, Giselle Bundchen. That's future Giselle there. No, I'm not trying to be Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just saying. I mean, with his looks and her looks, I got to, there's a good chance she's going to be cute. But, again, in slow motion. Thank God he hung on to her arm. How horrible would that have been if she really fucking... Oh, my God. The Jets fans would have been applauding. Tom's wearing a XXX. Anyhow, that was a little, he says if he adds insult to fucking almost injury. He says if Vivi's going to be an Olympic champion one day, it probably won't be in synchronized diving. Well, yeah, if you yanked your shoulder out of a socket, Daddy always gives her a 10, even if she landed on the rock scalp first. I have complete faith in you as a man, friend, player, and father, but this just gave me anxiety. Jesus! Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson commented. What? I kind of agree with, what's his name? But I agree with the fucking Rock. It made me a little... Imagine The Rock saying that. I love Dwayne. There's a guy that deserves to be rich and famous. Handsome, fucking manly, great fucking actor. Jason, I'm talking, dude. Get a feel for the show. Read the room. Go ahead.
He had mentioned a presidential run, and can you imagine him debating people? Just muscles left and right, staring people down?
Yes, it would be like Pete Buttigieg staring down Kamala Harris. Who, yeah, debating him. Can you imagine? Low energy. He's charismatic. That's like, seriously, he's got it all to be, and he can act his balls off. If you watch, what's it, Balling? What is that show on HBO, the football? I mean, the guy can act. I've done enough to know that it's, he makes it look easy. So even he got a little nervous. Stephon Curry, who I love his response. He puts out a bunch of laughing emojis. Others viewed it as irresponsible. You know, the people who judge people and who are much better than all of us. So, you know. But Tom said this to his daughter.
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
Then he slapped her in the face. But I love that Curry replied with laughing emojis. And again, people, ooh, she landed awkwardly on her side. When she hesitated, he could have dislocated her shoulder. That's what it looked like to me. And you know why that rang true to me? Listen to this. This is true. In high school, we went up to the Rockport quarries, about 20 minutes north of where I grew up. They're man-made quarries. There's one up there that's 76 feet. It's marked 76 feet. And it's a rock that sticks out. It's about as wide as his desk, the rock. Okay, we go up there, naturally, a few beers in us. One of my friends, Johnny Burke, was one of these guys that would jump off roofs, trees, no fear whatsoever. We get up there. He had already done it many times. He does a backflip off a 76-foot. Me and my buddy Mike Szynski stand out there. The other four guys we were with said, fuck that. They went across the quarries. They're yelling across the quarries. Jump, you pussy. Me and Mike was standing on that rock. By the way, it was wider than this desk, but when it hangs out over and you're that high, it felt like I was standing on a 2x4. And we stood there for almost 45 minutes trying to get the ball. That's 7 stories, folks. So my friend Mikey, the Paolo, picture Gronkowski, my best friend, nicest, tough kid, nicest, bubbly guy. Anyways, he jumps off, right? He goes in perfectly. Doesn't even make like a dart, like a lawn dart. I wait about another 5 minutes. We've been up there almost an hour. Finally, I jump. I'm doing this. Now, what you got to know is these shoulders, I had dislocated both of them, hadn't had surgery at that point. About 25 times each. They kept, you could slap me and they would pop out. Of course, I'm not even thinking that after, 12 Budweisers. So I'm doing this on the way down. I hit the water. This one comes out. Goes right back in, thank God, right? I told the doctor that right after that happened, that's when I said, I got to get these fixed. And I told the doctor the story about that. And he's like, he goes, both of those could have come out. And I said, yeah, but my buddy Mikey was 10, 15. He goes, oh, yeah, he would have got down to the bottom and saved you. But came right out of the fucking, so that, what I'm saying is I'm not a bitch like Tom Brady's daughter. No. I would never do it again either. It was this scare. What if I went forward? You land wrong. It's like hitting. But my buddy goes in like a fucking lawn dart, not even a splash. I'm like, ah! Bang! Got him fixed. Went on to have an average career at University of Maine football. Anyhow, that did it for me, though. Got them both fixed. But fine. At least there was some sanity. A few people responded. It looked like the two were having fun. I mean, so what? Your daughter bounces off some rocks. But another person critiquing it says, is this any different from the girl pushing her friend off the bridge a year? Yeah, well, let's watch.
Week that's gone viral. It shows 16-year-old
That
Jen
was.
Holgerson getting shoved.
Can you imagine? Turn it up.
She broke 5 ribs, punctured both lungs, and is bruised head to toe. She could have died.
Can you imagine? That girl did 2 days in jail, her friend. That's, that's female spatial ability. Are you fucking... Could have wasted that great body. Gilligan! Let it run. What are you doing? Chase, wake up. Chase has got his pants on. That's what he's doing. Look at this. I would have fucking... The girl did 2 days. I wonder if they still speak. I wonder if this girl speaks at all. Got a trachea in her throat. Yeah, thanks for pushing me, Diana. That girl could have died. She broke 5 ribs, punctured lung. And the girl's like, I guess I should have thought more. Go back to where you came from. Kentucky. I think we should end it on that, should we? We came full circle. So in summarizing, every time there's a racial incident in this country, don't blame friggin' Trump for it. Every article, okay, make a note. Just showing you they're all reading off the same talking points. I didn't get to the story about the moon being covered in human poop. Guess I could save that tomorrow. Let me do this one real quick. Remains of supermarket employee missing for 10 years found behind the cooler. Remind me not to shop in that supermarket. Boy, the pork smells horseshit. How do you not smell a decomposing body in a supermarket? That tells me your meat isn't fresh and your produce sucks. Not to be picky. God, help. Ever walk into a supermarket? I went to the shitty market when I lived in Westchester. I was at an A&P. You walked in, right? You could smell the chicken spoiling and I'd buy it anyways and just say, if I put this up to 800 degrees, I'll kill all the germs. Absolutely horrible. But how do you not smell a dead body for 10 years? Human remains found behind a cooler at an Iowa supermarket early this year identified Monday as an employee who went missing 10 years ago. What? Okay. Did anybody look for him? How big's the cooler? What? Is this real? Is the cooler in the back? Why didn't they hear him? I don't understand. Was he killed instantly? Maybe they didn't like him. They're like, fuck Jaime. Oh, sorry, I had the name wrong. Larry Eli Murillo, Moncada, 25, worked at the No Frills supermarket. No Frills supermarket in Council Bluffs when he disappeared on November 28, 2009. Did anybody put a fucking Amber Alert out or a... Huh? How do you not smell? I don't understand how you don't smell it. He wasn't in the freezer or the cooler. He was behind it. Boy, that Parmesan's fresh, huh? Early that day, his parents said he got upset and ran out of their home. Prompt them to report him missing. Police now believe Murillo Moncada went to the supermarket after leaving home, climbed on top of the coolers. Too bad he didn't have that hat on. He would have been saved. And fell into an 18-inch gap between the coolers and the wall. That might do it. I don't know. God damn.
Bye-bye.
His remains weren't discovered until January 24th. Apparently, the cops really suck in Council Bluffs. By a contractor removing shelving in the coolers from the supermarket, which was closed in 2016. Former employees said the space where the coolers was used for storage and that it was common for workers to be there. An autopsy showed no signs of trauma to Murillo Moncada, and the death was ruled accidental. I almost want to go there. And this is from the New York Post. Of course, they have to be... This is what they're throwing at the end. I don't know if they're trying to be funny or not. Cops said they've now closed the cold case. Jesus. You think they were trying to be funny there? Huh?
I wouldn't put it past them.
No, I know. The Post? I'm surprised they didn't make 9 meat jokes. Anyways, that's enough for today. Tomorrow we'll talk about how the moon is covered in human poop. So is San Francisco. What's their excuse? I didn't get to the Louisiana policeman fired over a Facebook post suggesting Ocasio-Cortez be shot. Pretty sure he was joking, but once again, it's kind of dangerous when you're cop to say that, and there's such fucking nuts out there. But that is it for today. Patreon members, I love you, man. Go to nickdip.com for all my dates. August 10th, Newtown Theater. That's my next one in Newtown, Pennsylvania. And don't forget Cameo.com. I got one this morning. Got one yesterday morning. It leveled off a little bit, but it's coming back. Apparently, you don't want me to roast your friends when it's 110 degrees out. The sun will do it. But anyhow, it's Cameo.com. If you want me to send a personal video message, I'll make it on my phone. Send it to one of your friends, your enemies, or say happy birthday to dad, or fuck you to your nosy neighbor. Whatever you'd like, ladies and gentlemen. Fill out the information on my profile. That is it. Remember, you guys, you think it, I'll say it. You're very welcome. See you back here tomorrow at the same time. Take care of yourselves.